Dubai, what's going on? Flooding? Like, desert wasn't meant for this much water. It's terrible what's happened over there. First question that comes to my mind though, what happened to all the airplanes? Everyone's talking about cars, but airplanes, they don't like water on the ground. They don't mind it in the air. In this video, we're gonna talk about how to secure an airplane inside and outside. I've got a crazy story about my airplanes getting flipped upside down in my flight school, Coast Flight Training. And we're gonna check out Emirates Flight Training Academy. I was lucky enough to get a tour in the beginning of construction with Captain Abdullah, the head of flight training at Emirates. So here we go, let's jump into it and let's stay dry.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Standing on a flight line that is absolutely beautiful in sunny San Diego. Actually, a few years ago, it was absolute carnage. A microburst came in, 60 to 70 knot winds came out of nowhere. My flight school's airplanes were flipped upside down, tossed like a crumpled up piece of paper. This is so random. Look at that airplane right here. This is the same type of airplane that was lifted up and thrown onto the car over the fence. When it was thrown, the passenger sitting in the Prius had the propeller go right through the ceiling and go into its center console, like missed the guy by an inch. It pierced a hole in the car. I mean, this was just wild. Can you imagine sitting there and an airplane is tossed on top of your car? Just, who expects that? It was an absolute disaster. And when it came out to the flight line, I'm seeing the planes all over the place and I'm thinking, crap. Once I get past the shock of this, what's gonna happen to the business? Like airplanes, it's not a used car sales lot. You don't just go down and it's like, I want that one in red. It can take years to get airplanes that are manufactured because there's always a huge queue. So if damage happens, I'm not in the queue for anything else. It was a terrible situation. So I questioned, what's going on in Dubai? Were they tying the airplanes down to the ground? Were they in hangars? If they were tied down, were they tight or was it loose and they got ripped up? You look at all the cars and all the damage that happens to them, that makes the news, but I'm thinking, what's going on with Emirates Flight Training Facility? Really hope that they're okay. Captain Abdullah, who's the vice president of flight training, had me over to Dubai when they were building their Taj Mahal. Everything is the creme de la creme of flight training, of aviation. But what do you do when Mother Nature hits you? I don't know, I just hope the best for them. I hope all their airplanes are protected, because if they're not, you got something else to think about besides replacing them. You got people involved. What's gonna happen to these people in flight training? Like, you take a plane away, it could affect 10 people that are sitting there. Every flight school has a ratio of airplanes that they have to students. So 1, 2, 3 planes go down. What do you do with 30 students now that are waiting? You gotta 1, get money from the insurance company. 2, you need to find an airplane that's available. If you want a new plane, it could take a year or 2. So it's extremely difficult when these storms come out of nowhere. It's unfortunate for people. It's unfortunate for the flight school. I guess Emirates has one thing going for them. They're probably self-insured and they probably had a few airplanes just hidden away at the side just in case. You know, it's a nice part of having some oil money. Hey, small commercial. Will Dryden, the pilot, is the channel you're watching right now. Tons of aviation videos. It's only gonna be aviation content moving forward. I have split the channel up. I got a new one called Will Dryden The Golfer. All golf content will be over there. Description below has the link to that channel. Subscribe to both. If you like golf, it's over there. If you like flying, it's right here. Okay, back to it. Behind me is a massive hangar. This hangar is built to withstand thunderstorms, hail, strong winds. Probably not gonna have a fighting chance against a tornado, but the rest of the elements, it protects your investment. Airplanes are put in there stacked on top of each other when big storms come. Right now in San Diego, no storms. They're letting them out to breathe. Day off. Here's the inside of the hangar. As you can tell, lots of airplanes can fit in. It's like a Tetris plan. Line service right here just fits them in. They got wing walkers. People walk along the side, make sure that they don't hit each other. Really hoping that Emirates Flight Training Facility had all of the airplanes inside the hangars. I mean, this is great protection. It takes like a tornado to really take these things out. It is vital for airplanes to tie themselves down when they come to a stop and the pilot walks away. We do this with chains. Usually they're the strongest. There's a hook or a ring that's put into the airplane, and it chain links down into the ground where it's cemented in. Now, the cement's not coming up. There's a question of, is the chain strong enough? It's really important you do it on all 3 connection points, right here on the tail and on the other wing. Now, weather can get bad enough to where these chain links break. Moral of the story is, stay out of water on the ground. Airplanes, water, no good. But if you're gonna be on the ground, put it in a hangar. Hangars, 282 Hotel Papa. That was one of the planes dragged through the ground by that microburst. It's still flying today. Wingtip is in great shape. It's a flight training plane, so it gets beat up a little bit, but these planes can be repaired. Not all of them, but this one lives to fly another day.